Hi friend, my name is Ivan and I make art. In today's video I will be reading some Reddit stories and I hope you like them and maybe give me my opinion on them. So, the first story is from the subreddit called Relationship Advice, and the first title goes, "My partner recently became disabled and I don't know what to do. Sorry, this is my first post and I'm not sure I will do it right. I really need advice. My partner had a mental breakdown earlier this year, and his doctor put him on a cocktail of different prescriptions for just about anything that might be causing the symptoms. I was there throughout everything, hospital trips and appointments. I took on all the household tasks and finances, and I had to become a full-time carer to him. I was coping okay with work and caring for both him and our child, but then the cocktail of meds caused damage to his organs and suddenly everything was terrifying. We didn't know how much damage was caused, or how long it would take to heal, or which organs were damaged. Well, we got our answer. He will never work again, and I will be his full-time carer for the rest of his hopefully normally long life. I am ashamed of how hard this hit me. I didn't say anything, but I often cried and let it all out when no one was around. Mostly, I wanted him to be healthy and happy again. But also, I won't lie, I had been waiting and hoping for the day when we would finally have two wages coming in again. I felt like all my dreams died. I told a friend what had happened and she said I should use an ultimatum, that he either had to get well or get out of my life. I was even more hurt by that. He isn't going to magically get better if I throw a hissy fit, and I can't stress this enough, but this man is my soulmate. He is everything to me, my best friend, the love and light of my life. I do know that everything could have played out much worse, and I don't want to be over dramatic, but everything is really hard right now, and I'm struggling with the weight of it all. Some days I feel so exhausted I can hardly take care of myself after sorting out my partner and our child. I am very tired. My partner is depressed about how useless he is in his eyes, and he says he feels like he's not even a man anymore. He's never been the toxic masculinity type, he's more of a homemaker than me. So I was shocked to hear such old-fashioned ideas. I think he's just sad and shocked about the past year maybe, but I really need him to get back to feeling less depressed, even if it makes his life 10% easier. So I'm kinda on here begging for any advice for making him feel more like a manly provider. If there are any people out there in similar situations who can help me find ideas for enrichment activities or hobbies that might make him feel a little bit more like my hero, which he is, he just can't feel it anymore. How do I make him feel manly and strong? So for my thoughts on this submission, well, I honestly have no idea. I mean, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm none of those, so I cannot give a proper advice as to what you should do. Honestly, the friend that suggested an ultimatum, shame to them. That's such a scummy and bad thing to say. They want advice, not ultimatums, not life-ruining decisions that could be made out of strong emotions at the time. And this is a very difficult period for everybody in this story. Everybody is affected by this, and it's very bad, and I wish the best to both of them. So yeah. Things like that can happen in life, and we can never be ready for when they happen, but I hope it all works out for them. Life can be like that, and I'm sorry that this happened. I truly wish them all the best, I really do. So, for the next story, from the same subreddit, we have "My boyfriend wants me to cheat on him." The girlfriend and the boyfriend are both 19 years old, and the story goes, "This sounds so weird, but I really just need a bit of advice since I have no friends to talk about this with. So for the past few months, my boyfriend keeps hinting how he'd never leave even if I cheated. Kept letting it go, but finally asked why he's saying something so random. He told me he wants me to cheat, different from an open relationship. He wants me to not tell him who or when I cheat and to not tell him when I do. All he wants to know is a confirmation that I'll do it. I can't do it though, like this is such a strange thing for someone to ask for, right? How am I even sure he won't just leave me and regret it?" Yeah, that's that's pretty weird. I mean, I really don't know why somebody would want to endanger their relationship like that. I have one theory that comes to mind when I was reading this, and that is that he probably cheated. He probably cheated, and like little kids when they get in a fight and the other one starts to cry and the first one is like, "Now you hit me, now you hit me." You know, it's probably one of those, like he cheated and now he feels bad and he wants it as an excuse that, "Oh, but you also cheated on me, so we're even," if she ever finds out about his cheating. So yeah, that's my conspiracy theory on the subject. But other than that, I really see no reason why a person would ask such a thing from their partner. That's so random and weird. weird and very red flag, to be honest. Okay, for the next story, again from the same subreddit, the title is "Should I tell her I am sick or keep it to myself?" The story goes, "Should I tell her I have cancer or keep it to myself? My ex and I just started talking again, even after months apart, and I still believe she's the most amazing woman on the planet and the love of my life. I've never cared about anyone like I do her. She's everything to me, and I want to prove that I can be the person she fell in love with again. Problem is that I have some sort of advanced cancer that I'll be starting treatment for soon. Norm MacDonald is a hero of mine and I like him. I don't really want anyone to know. I don't want to share my burden with anyone or spread more misery, but if my time is short, I want to make the most of it. I also don't want her to spend my last days with me out of pity, so I'm leaning towards not telling her. I haven't even told my close relatives. I was thinking about writing letters when the time comes. Is it better to keep this to myself and quietly fight it while fighting for her? Or do I tell her and see what happens?" I mean, it's kinda... look, at the end of the day, it's his decision to make, but I also would feel like it's kind of selfish to not tell a person that they're spending their last moments with you, if that makes some sense. Honestly, I would think it would be better to tell the people that are closest to you, just so they can get ready for the bad news. I mean, I really hope it's gonna be good news that they beat this cancer, but even in the worst case scenario that they don't, their family should know. And yes, you can argue that it's the person with the disease that has the right to decide what to do with that information. And yes, I completely agree with that too. But if I was a family member of somebody who's going through that, I would want to know. I would want to be by their side and do my very best to help them, or just be by their side. Tell them that I love them and do my best for them. And for our last story, we have boyfriend told me that I'm not as attractive as his ex. The boyfriend is 24 years old and the girlfriend is also 24 years old. I have been with my boyfriend for almost a year. This is the best relationship I've ever had. He's sweet, thoughtful, and pretty much everything I've ever wanted in a partner. I can truly see myself spending the rest of my life with this person, getting married someday, having kids together. Lately, he's been kind of distant though, so I brought it up to him and asked him if everything was okay. I was expecting him to just tell me he's kind of stressed. He does seem kind of stressed from work, but instead he told me he hasn't really felt inspired to spend time with me because I'm not as beautiful as his ex. But he also still loves me and thinks I'm a much nicer person, with the best personality he's ever seen. I'm really hurt, but I don't know if I should be. Is it just simply true that I'm not as pretty as the ex? Like, she's literally gorgeous. Before this comment, it's never really been a big deal to me. I know I'm pretty average, but he's choosing to be with me right now. Also, I guess if I really think about it, my boyfriend isn't conventionally attractive. But the difference is I never even thought to compare him to any of my exes, or to anyone else I've ever seen. He's the most attractive possible person to me because of who he is, inside and out. Isn't that kind of the same thing? And shouldn't my personality matter more, which he says is better? So why am I so hurt? I told him that I was really hurt and he apologized, but says that it's just how it is. I don't know where to go from here. Sorry if this doesn't really make sense. It's really making a mess of my head. Wait. Did she call him sweet and thoughtful or something earlier? Bro, how can he be sweet and thoughtful if he's a disgusting person like this? Oh my god, like, who says stuff like this? Jesus. Oh my, damn. If there's a red flag, this is it. This is it. I don't want to spend time with you because an ex is prettier. Okay, first of all, who even mentions their exes like that? Like, never, ever compare your girlfriend to your ex. I mean, if you're not over your ex, why would you even get in a relationship with your current partner? That's terrible. Terrible attitude, and yeah, she deserves better. This guy is trash. I hope she dumps him, I really do. Thought and kind, like, no man, no, he's not thoughtful and sweet and kind and nothing of those things. Stress from work doesn't excuse such vile attitude and words. Our next story is titled, "My husband wants an open marriage. I said no. Now I'm heartbroken." The original poster is 28, while the husband is 29. I am writing this now part as a vent, and part asking for guidance because I'm as clueless as can be. I met my now husband when we were 19. A year and a half ago, we got married. We had what I always thought was a great relationship, but right now I'm discovering it was beyond flawed. It all began a couple of months into our marriage, when he told me that he wants us to open our relationship. For you to realize the amount of shock and pain that befell me at that moment, I will tell you a bit about my background. I come from a broken household, daughter of an absent father who married a narcissistic and physically abusive mother, then decided he had enough with her and her children and left early on. The amount of dysfunction that I lived through growing up left me for all of my childhood and the better part of my teenage years, incapable of forming any healthy relationship of any kind. Then he came along and loved me so much and nurtured me with care. I looked at him as more than just a boyfriend. He was an entire family to me, a dearest friend whom I could lay my heart open to, a refugee from all the neglect and pain. But what I saw for years as a loving, nurturing relationship was in reality a not so healthy parent-child dynamic that he bore the brunt on for years. And now once out of the monogamous marriage, he tells me that he thought of leaving many times in the past, that he always wanted to be a free bird untied by marriage or any construct of the like, wished to try many relationships. We were the first people in each other's lives and know what it's like to be with people other than me. He tells he opted for staying because I was too vulnerable in the past. Having him leave or try his luck with other women would have destroyed me. And now that he thinks I'm stable enough and given how strangled he feels stuck in our monogamous relationship, he wants things to change. I thought about long and hard, but no part of me can take even the thought of him being intimate with another. I have had it hard, real hard, and want a man all for me. Sharing him with another won't do. Being content with the leftovers and bits and pieces won't do. I know it works both ways. I know I get to have my share of playing around, but I am a woman who gives herself completely to whom she loves and just can't be with multiple people at the same time. It won't work. I know it in my bones. So I decided it's better we go separate ways. This will soon take place and I don't know what to do, or what to feel, what to think, or how to go about it, how to act. I don't know the first thing about breakup of a relationship that has gone that long and burrowed its roots so deep into my soul. He has been a part of me for so many years. I lost sense of where I ended and where he began. The very thought of him not there makes me feel like a person who is soon to have a limb amputated. Judging from my words, you might think I have no life outside of him, but nothing can be further from the truth. I work in a creative industry, a job that I'm passionate about, and since I know from an early age that art can't be relied on to pay the bills, I earned a degree in STEM and work for another 9 to 5 more stable job. Both places I work in are quite reputable. I speak multiple languages, English is not even my mother tongue, and people tell me I am extremely attractive and beautiful. I get hit on all the time, even as a married woman. I have good friends that I can hang out with from time to time. None though that I can tell all of this too. But yeah, all that doesn't matter at the end of the day. I have the self-esteem of an old, torn and thread upon shoelace and feel that I don't even know how to exist without him. So kind, strangers of the internet. I'm sorry for the long rant. If you made it this far and have anything to tell me about my situation, any help, advice or even insight, I would really appreciate it. So my thoughts on this are, I don't actually have any sympathy for the guy in this story. What I do have is admiration for the woman that held her boundaries and said no, that wouldn't work for her and stood by her choice and decision. And yes, it's gonna be a hard time in your life right now, but imagine how harder it would be if you went along with something that you know you would hate. So I wish the best to her, I really do. So yeah, friend. Those were the stories that I wanted to read for you today. I'm trying something new with the commentary as of now with the Reddit stories. I hope you like them. And I hope you like the direction this channel is taking. And I also hope you like the drawings that I made. I actually had a lot of fun making them and I quite enjoyed them, even though I'm always hard on critiquing myself and stuff like that. But this time it was nice. I really enjoyed making them. And I hope I'll get to enjoy making a lot more videos and art for you to enjoy as well. So please tell me, friend, did you like them? Did the drawings? Did you like the stories? Did you like maybe my opinions on them? And if you would like something to be changed in the way these videos are made, I would love to hear it. So yeah, if you liked the video, I hope you like it. Subscribe, maybe comment, do what you wanna do. And I hope you have a wonderful and happy day. See you in the next video. Bye, friend.